Hello everyone, welcome back to Nails and Sunflowers, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, it's another tutorial. We are going to do my Valentine's nails. I'm not really a fan of Valentine's Day, we don't really celebrate it here in Spain, but I like hearts and they turn out cute, so I'm rolling with it. As you can see, I am still wearing the nails that I uploaded last time. I wore those for a good 3 weeks, I think. Maybe not 3 weeks, because maybe like 2 or something. I'm not entirely sure. Between 2 and 3, somewhere around there. And I broke one, sadly, because my pinkies tend to grow really downwards, and sometimes I'm lazy to correct that, especially on my right hand, because I have to work with my non-dominant hand. So sometimes I think it's fine and I don't correct it, and then this happens, but it's okay. So as you can see, I am removing everything with a carbide bit. This is a green abrasive mark, and I'm going at 35 rotations per minute, maximum that my e-file can handle. If some of you think this is too much, or you're screaming at the screen right now, what are you doing? This is the safest way, but it does require some training and it does require some technique. It's not the safest in the hands of someone who's not trained enough with the e-file, or who hasn't really practiced enough with the e-file, especially at such a high RPM. But if you've trained enough, if you are a professional, I would say, a true professional, then this is the safest way to remove gel. So that's what I'm doing. I start with my pinky this time, as always, going on all sorts of weird angles with my hands to get everything off. Right here, I had just come back from the course in Barcelona, and I learned so many things. It was so cool also to meet new people. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I wish it was longer and not just 13 hours, but I enjoyed it regardless. I learned it was perfectioning, like I wasn't going to learn anything new as in a new technique, but I wanted to perfect the technique I already had, and boy did I had some things to update, and I'm really glad I went, because I really soaked up some new information. Excuse the noise, we are renovating here at Nails and Sunflowers outside of the studio, so we have noise all day long. I'm sorry, but I have to record the voiceovers, otherwise I have all these videos edited, ready to upload without a voiceover, and it's a pity, so no. So once all of that is removed, I usually show you 1 nail or 2 nails at real speed, and then I change to 200 normally. And I don't always show you all the nails. I feel like the video would be too long and too boring to watch the full thing. So we skip that a little bit, and we are moving on to Russian manicure. This is my orange wood stick. As always, I am pushing back. You might notice I'm doing it slightly different. But as always, the thing is you have to push back and then lift up, right? You have to do it. However you do it, if it works for you, if it doesn't hurt your clients, keep it up, I would say. But yeah, I was doing it slightly different, and I changed it to the technique the teacher told me in the course, and it's helped a lot to speed up a little bit this process, and also to lift it up properly. You always think you did it properly, and then you go check, and it's like, oops, nope. And as I always say, if you don't lift it up properly with the orange wood stick, when you go to clean it up with the e-file, the bit is gonna get stuck on the skin, or on any crusty skin stuck to a plate. So yeah, as I said, you really want to do this properly. Now we're moving on with my flame bit. This is red abrasive mark, 15,000 rotations per minute. On forward, going on the left side wall, lifting up a little bit more the skin, and then getting rid of any crusty and dry skin on the nail plate. This is very, very important. This is something new. I'm not gonna go over with my 180 hand file to open up the pores of the nail, because if you do this properly, you should, well, obviously you shouldn't have any lifting, but even if you do, the part of the nail plate that is exposed and it's actual natural nail, you don't really need to go over with the hand file every time to open up the pores. You can do it with the flame bit. It's softer and it's not gonna, I don't want to say damage, because if you do it properly, the hand file doesn't damage the nail either, but it's better, definitely. It's smoother and it's softer, and it's definitely better to do it. Also, because you are saving time, you're doing this now as you're doing the Russian manicure, so you save up a step in the manicure, if that makes sense. Like, I don't have to grab my hand file and do this after or before. So definitely an improvement here. You did see that I grabbed my hand file to remove like a little bit that was a bit stubborn, but because it was gel polish and it just didn't want to come off with the flame bit. I don't know what it was. It was really stuck to a nail plate, so I tried to do it gently, but it wasn't moving, so I just grabbed my hand file and got rid of that. And now, as always, speed up, but here you have the process. We're still on forward on the left side walls, and after we do this on all the fingers, we are gonna go on reverse. I am so sorry for the noise. I really hope the mic is not picking up all the noise that I'm hearing, because it's actually insane. I might have to record this again. So as I was saying, we go on reverse, same speed, and we go on the right side walls and do the same. After that's done, we grab our scissors. These are Salex 20/1, and we're just removing the dead skin. We don't want to cut off too much, so grab your scissors straight, looking towards you, and just cut all in one piece. That's the best way to do it. And obviously, when I stop talking, they stop doing noise. And now that I'm talking again, they're doing noise again. Oh my god! After cutting, we grab our flame bit again at 6,000 rotations per minute, and we polish the cuts. You want to do this so you don't get any hang skin, hangnails in the next few days, because if you leave the open cut like that and don't touch it again, even if you hydrate it, it's gonna create new skin within a few days, and it's gonna be really annoying and ugly and quite unhealthy for the skin itself as well. And now we repeat the same with the silicone bit as well. Also 7,000 rotations per minute. So once all of that is done, we grab some water and a baby wipe. Yes, you heard me well. And we get rid of all the dust, not only on our hands, roughly on the nails. You don't really have to go over the nails, but also on the whole station, my hands. If this was a client, I would clean her hands and my gloves. The whole station, just everything. Get rid of any dust that you have all around you. And then we grab some cleaner from, I'm using Nails of the Day cleanser. This works wonders. And we dehydrate the nail with that. Also with the orange wood stick under the cuticle. After that, no, we don't do dehydrator, we don't do primer, even Ultra Bond or non-acid, like acid-free primer. We don't do that. We don't need to. My cuticles are not humid or wet, and I didn't have any lifting. So if my skin was really wet or I had sweaty hands, I would use the hydrator. And if I had had any lifting or any damage to my nails, just on that area, I would put a little bit of acid-free primer. But it's not the case, so we're going straight in with rubber base. Yes, this was also screaming at me. As I was doing this in the course and here as you're seeing me, I was like, this is not going to work. Within a few days, I'm going to have lifting, 100%. Well, guess what? I did not. I wore those nails for almost a month. Yes, you heard me right. And they were intact. I had no lifting, no nail broke. It was absolutely perfect. I don't know, like, it's insane. It's insane, really. But yeah, if you do it properly, you're not going to need to do any of those extra steps. So we're just going in rubber base with my gel brush. This is a number 6, and I'm just rubbing it in. And I'm not doing such a thin layer as I was doing before. You want this to be as thick as a color layer, let's say, as thick as you would do an opaque color gel polish. And now with some alcohol, this is actual alcohol and lint-free wipe, we're going over the rubber base and taking off the inhibition layer. You want to do this especially if it's different brands you're going to use of rubber base and gel. If it's the same brand, you might not need to, but I do it regardless. So today I use the rubber base from Hey Love, and I'm going to use Luna Moon Builder Gel. I think this is number 19, my favorite color. And because I am going to leave one nail with a natural color, I chose my favorite, obviously. So first we want to correct the nails, right? You want to correct any deepened growth points, any growing downwards nails, anything that it's not going to let you do the perfect structure when you do a bigger blob with the gel. You want to correct it now before you do the blob with the gel. I hope I'm making sense. So as you can see, I have really deep growth points here that grow inwards, and my nails curl inwards as they grow. So I'm trying to fix that by adding some extra gel there, and then I am going to do the actual structure on top. I am going to cure this before that. So as you can see now, I'm doing the slip layer and just doing the regular structured gel you would do, except the blob that I'm going to grab from the gel is not going to go all the way to the cuticle. It's going to go, what is it called? So you wanted to do below the lunula. Is that how you call it? It is how you call it in Spanish, but I'm not sure that's how you call it in English. It's the little moon, half moon you have on your cuticle, lunula. That's right? I don't know. Anyway, you want to do it below that point, because that's where you want your apex. And then you just push, let's say, the gel downwards towards the tip of your nails. And then with the liner brush, this is number 11, I am just going to try and perfect pretty much the shape and the structure, but not really worrying to be perfect, because as always, we are going to file the shape and the structure afterwards. So that was the thumb, and now for my index, this is one of those two nails that I have on my hands. It's index and pinky that grow really downwards. So I really need to fix that because I didn't fix it last time either. And yeah, I'm just adding, let's say, where I would want the gel to be as my natural nail if it wasn't growing downwards, if that makes sense. Just making it straight if you're looking up from the cuticle down, and then I am gonna do the structure with the slip layer and the rest of it. So once they're all done, we move on to filing, hand filing. This is 180 grit file from Salex, and we are starting with the ring finger because it's the one that's going to determine the length of the rest. That could also be the index, but because mine grows downwards, I don't really want it to be. I always start with my ring finger. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, I start with the shape. As always, I'm doing this sort of almond. It's more round this time, but slightly almondy. And I'm just doing first the shape, then the side walls, and then just making sure that the structure is right, looking from all the angles possible. And as always, I want my index to be just the same. My middle finger is going to be slightly larger, same for my thumb, and my pinky is going to be slightly smaller. And then I grab my bit. This is carbide as well, and at 18,000 rotations per minute I go underneath the nails to make sure that they're thin enough and that all the corrections that I needed to do are not going to make the nail look thick. And now today for the design, I'm gonna use Hey Love Cat Eye. I think this is Blur. And this is Vitrage gel polish from Dark by Rear. It's like this deep burgundy color, semi-transparent. So first of all, I'm gonna do the cat eye, but I'm gonna do what I saw Rebecca from Rebecca Paints Nails, I think it's her channel. I love her content, and I saw her do this technique with a cat eye. It was a collection, I don't remember the brand. It was like this gemstone thingy, and I'm gonna link her and the video down below. She was doing, as the brand was suggesting to do, the first layer of the cat eye, magnetize it how you want it to be, and then the second layer, cure it obviously, and then the second layer, demagnetize it, and it just gives this deep effect to the nail. You know what I mean? It's like a gemstone. That was the whole thing with the collection. This is not from that collection at all. It's not. I'm not sure this is meant to do this. I don't think so. Like, look how beautiful it is, just as if. But I was just curious, and honestly, I loved it. I really loved this effect, and everybody was asking me about it, how I did it. Nail techs were asking me how I achieved it, and regular people were like, what is this? Because some people do know magnetic gels or cat eye gels, but because it's so unique, the effect that it gives when you demagnetize the second layer, it just really gives it a deep, like, depth effect. It's really cool. It looks like a gemstone, truly. So as you can see, now I'm doing the second layer and I demagnetize it, and look at it. Look at it. You can see the shine. Oh, I love it. I love it. And then for even more effect, I put the Dark by Rear Vitrage gel polish on top, and it was just even more impressive, in my opinion. So this is what I did for my thumb, my index, my middle finger, and my pinky. I simply changed these, which are the stickers, heart stickers. The placement of them. That's it. Every nail had a different placement with the heart, but the base of it was exactly how I just showed you. And I simply did something different on my ring finger this time. Normally on top of stickers, I would do a layer of base, any base coat that you have, and then I would do a top coat. But because I was planning on doing a 3D effect on top of this with some gel you're gonna see after in a bit, I really didn't think it mattered if you could see the sticker sticking out a little bit through the top coat, because I did want that 3D effect anyway. But in any case, because I do the top coat on top quite well thick where it needs to be, it hid the sticker really well, and you couldn't, I wouldn't have needed the base coat underneath regardless. As you can see now, this is my ring finger. I basically did a heart with the cat-eye gel with the same technique. I magnetized the first layer and I demagnetized the second. And then on top of this, I'm gonna do the 3D effect as well, as I did with the rest of the nails. So now, I think this is the gypsum gel from Hey Love. It's like this textured white gel. I'm just going over the hearts, but not to cover them entirely, just in the center of them. And I did this in all the nails. It gave it such a fun little detail that people were like, oh wait, you had to look closely to notice. But once you notice, it was really cool, because it didn't look like I was having a sticker underneath. It looked like first of all, like I hand painted it, and second of all, like I first did the white and then outlined with the silver, and it wasn't the case. So but yeah, just fun little hearts. I wanted something different, and I ended up loving it so much that I wore it for 3 weeks, which is quite an achievement for me. And this is the finished result. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I loved them, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!